In this video, we're going to delve into the FluentCart MCP server and have it connected up to our AI tool of choice. In this case, it's Codex, but you can use Cursor or Claude. It doesn't really matter. I want to see how we can actually reference data inside there and manipulate that data and see some of the things in which we can do. Now, obviously, you can go way further than what I'm going to cover in this video, but it should give you a little flavor for how you can use this to grab intelligence from your website and not just do things like manage content, update orders, and things like that. So let's take a quick look. So to get access to the MCP server, you simply have to enable it and then connect everything up. I'm not going to go into too much detail here, but all you need to do is come over into the features and add-ons. Make sure you choose the option for MCP for AI agents. Choose to enable that, hit configure, create an application password and choose what tool you want to use. Copy the snippet and tell your AI tool of choice to create an MCP connection. I've done that, so now we're ready to go. So I've got Codex open and we're going to go and explore some of the things we can do here. So first of all, let's just ask you to do something really simple, like just tell us what orders we've had in the last couple of days. Really simple, list the orders, values and customers over the last 7 days. Tell it to go ahead and do that. So as this is the first time, it's going to check that that MCP connection is active and working. And once everything is done, it'll go and do what we've asked it to do. So there you go. After a few moments, there's the data we've asked it for. It's very simple, and you could do this yourself by simply logging into the dashboard and taking a look at the orders for the last couple of days. And this is not a real use case, but I wanted to just check everything was working and connected. But now, let's say you want to actually grab some information and help you make more informed decisions. Like, for example, what was the average order value? What's the top selling products? Those types of things. Well, this is where you can use a tool like an MCP connected up to FluentCart to be able to check that data. So let's find out what our top selling product over the last 7 days was and what the actual value of that order was. So again, let's commit that and let's see what it comes back with. There you go. In just under a minute, the top selling product of the last 7 days was the Vemora watch collection. It sold 5 units across 2 orders with a total order product revenue of just under £400. The reporting window was and the dates and times and so on. So knowing that data, we can make more informed decisions on what we want to do. Do we want to promote this product via advertising campaigns? Do we want to send out email marketing? Do we want to offer upsells and group sales and things like that? Well, now you have a better idea of what your best products are. Now let's say we want to get some insights to the actual store itself. So let's just ask it that. Show me the key insights. Again, let's commit that request. And after about a minute, we now get some key insights. So using the current FluentCart snapshot, your store has £720 worth of revenue from 5 paid orders in the last 30 days, with an average order value of £145-ish. All recorded revenue is from a particular day because it's all sample data. So the last 7 days and the last 30 days currently tell the same sales story. Your revenue is highly concentrated. Customer-wise, you have 6 customers total, but only 4 have purchased. Operationally, the picture is clean. 5 out of 5 orders are paid. No refunds, 0 refund rate. There's also 0 active subscriptions, blah, blah, blah. A lot of useful data can be grabbed from here. So you can use these kinds of things, like I say, to make more informed decisions, find out snapshots of what your store is like, what's good, what's bad, what's selling, what's not selling, best customers, worst customers. And then you can, like I say, create marketing campaigns, advertising campaigns, push and sales and things like that to help you improve where you may be lacking and maybe enhance where you're actually doing well. Now, if like a lot of stores, you have a pretty minimal description for your products, you could use AI to enhance those descriptions. So let's take this product as an example. Let's pop the link in. Let's ask it to go and do that. So as you can see, it tells us it's found the particular product and it's going to read the full record, including this current description and variations before writing anything. So it isn't going to just like dump a pile of text in there. It is going to find context and relevance before it actually fleshes that out. Let's again take a look at the results we get, because obviously, this is going to be dictated by the AI tool you're using and how good or bad that is, or if you spend time training it in a specific tone of voice and how you want it to write about whatever it is you want to do. Obviously, it makes more sense to do things like that, but this is just a simple example. That's updated. This is what we started off with. As you can see, there's our description, pretty basic and minimal. Let's refresh. And now we have a more detailed block of information, still retaining some of the key information, also including things like available sizes, ideal for, packaging, dimensions, shipping weight, and so on. So it's grabbing whatever information we have included and then using that in the description to create something a little bit more feature-rich and detailed. Now, before we wrap things up in this video, let's go through a couple of examples of how you can do some housekeeping and how you can speed up all of this process exponentially. There are going to be times where you want to change pricing across an entire product range, maybe everything on your store, or maybe times you want to handle things like the actual stock control and maybe change the amounts available there. Well, we can use AI to do that so much quicker than we can ever do it. So let's see how we could do it. So something like increasing the price on every item and variation by 10%. So if we just get this to go ahead, before those changes are made, let's take a quick look at what we've got here. So let's use the vase as an example, or vase, 35 to 69 pounds. Let's let it go and do the changes and come back and see how that should increase by 10% across not just the actual 35 pound, but also across any variation included. Now, as we're waiting for this to update, I want to make sure that I draw your attention to some things here. So before the snapshot is saved, this is what we're going to do so it doesn't make changes and then mess everything up. It's going to create a temporary version for verification, then generate an update payload, a small audit summary before sending. So it's going to check what it does before it makes those changes so it doesn't absolutely devastate your site. But if you were going to do something as sweeping as this, you absolutely should take a backup before you do it, just in case something goes wrong. And there we go. After a few minutes, it does take a few minutes because it's quite a complex thing we're actually going to do. You can see there's our pricing structure going from the 35 to 38.50 and 75.90. So those variations have all been updated by 10%. So we don't have to do all this manually. It's all been done for us inside AI using the MCP connection. So one final thing we're going to do here when it comes to making changes, these kinds of product things, let's ask it to set all of our products to have 50 items in stock. Currently, we have more than that. For example, if we come into the vase or vase, take a look at our variations, and expand these out. If we edit any of these, you can see there's totally 100 in stock for this particular variation. Come to a different one, we'll do this one, 100 in stock. Try the first one, 100 in stock. So you see, we've got 100 of most items unless they've been sold, at which point we've probably got about 90 odd in there. So there you go. We're told what we want to do is set all the products to 50 in stock for all the variations in the products. So again, this is probably going to take its time to do it because we are asking you to do quite a lot. It's going to do the checking and all those kinds of things we've seen it do already when it comes to the pricing. But once that's done, we will then take a look and just check to make sure that those variations are all showing 50 in stock. Now, one thing I would suggest is because a lot of these things are being potentially repetitive tasks and it's doing it for the first time in this example, I would ask you to create a skills.md file, taking on board the things that it's learned about how it approaches things like changing pricing, handling things like stock control, changing and updating the descriptions, because it has to go through various different processes behind the scenes to handle all that. Well, once it understands that, only once we really want to do that. So skills.md file saved in the folder that you use for this particular project will mean that you don't have to keep on telling it to do the same thing every single time. It should speed up the whole process. Okay, so I've refreshed it. You can see exactly the same product here. Let's go and take a look. There's our first one, 50 in stock. Second one, 50 in stock. Choose another random one, the last one, 50 in stock. So it's gone through, it's updated the pricing for us, it's updated the number of items in stock across the entire board. All of these kinds of things would potentially take you an awful long time to handle, especially if you're setting a site up for the first time. Creating these variations, adding all the details in is very, very time consuming. And with over 200 different variations, that could be an absolute nightmare to handle, even with something as simple as 30 odd products with variations. If you want to find out more, check out fluentcart.com, link in the description down below. At the time of recording this, you can grab a lifetime deal. And if you want to do that and save yourself some money, you could do that right now. The link down below is an affiliate link, but as always, you don't have to use it. If you don't want to, no problem whatsoever. But if you do, thank you very much because it does help the channel out. And as always, all additional applicable links are in the description. My name is Paul C. This is WPTuts, and until next time, take care.